This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, and I am Sports Genius. A friend of mine on Facebook actually Facebooked me and said, "Hey, where's this installment of Don't Buy the Hype?" He's a Panther fan too. Now, I am a huge Carolina Panther fan, and I also pull for UNC football. UNC football beat State, broke their losing streak. So I was hoping the Panthers could still win. Now, I didn't pick the Panthers to win this game. No doubt I picked the Bears at home. That was a sensible pick. But it looked like the Panthers could still win for a little while, and they lost a heartbreaker. And this is normal. It didn't even surprise me. I didn't even get upset. I knew it was coming. I even looked at my dad as I was watching the game, and I said, the Bears are going to get 7 on defense. They do all the time. The Panthers better score points. I think they had 13 at halftime. I said, if they don't score 10 to 14 points, they're going to lose this game. Sure enough, they didn't, and they did. So, first I want to talk about, I was actually just watching Monday Night Football. Paused it. It seemed like the 49ers have that game taken care of. They tackle well, and so do the Panthers now. Their defense should be commended. As hard as I am on Cam and on the Panthers in general as a fan, the defense has played really well. Last 3 games, I think they've played as well as any defense in the entire NFL. And they're tackling well. And a lot of that's due to Luke Kuechly and then what they're doing scheme-wise as a defensive coordinator. But then, like I said, sometimes it's just as simple as tackling. People, because football is a complex team sport, people try to make it harder than it is. And sometimes it's just being good tacklers. The 49ers tackle well. In college, the Alabama Crimson Tide tackle well. Watch them. The Panthers now tackle well. And Luke Kuechly's one of the big reasons. Now, I wasn't sure about the Luke Kuechly pick, not because I didn't think he could play football, because the guy is a player. Matter of fact, someone asked me about the pick. They said, "You don't really like the Luke Kuechly pick?" And I said, "No, because I think they needed a corner or a defensive tackle." But I'll tell you this. When he was picked, I said, this guy is a 100 tackle a season guy for a decade. And that's a hard player to get. That's a hard player to find. They don't come around that much. But then the Panthers didn't take a really good corner or go out and free agency and get a corner or a defensive tackle. But the defense has played well without that. And now, instead of that being a glaring weakness at hole, if the Panthers will go out in this offseason and through free agency and through the draft get a defensive tackle, because the defensive line's already playing well. Real well, matter of fact. They're really coming around. Hardy played really good against the Bears. And they go get a corner. And maybe even a safety. This could be one of the better defenses in the NFL. Now, I've been really hard. Now, we're getting to the offense of the Panthers. I've been really hard on Cam. And so I haven't done that much. He's still not playing well. I see some really bad things. In my opinion, with his body language and the way he's acting and how emotional he is and his lack of leadership, I really think either he's going to get it together, which I've been very doubtful about. I'm very doubtful that happens. Or he's going to fall to pieces. Because I've seen that happen before where a guy gets to a certain point and either he gets it together or he crumbles. Someone came up to me, a friend of mine named Benji, and he said, "You're wrong about Cam." And I looked at him and I said, I'm not. I'm not. I've seen too much sports. I know better. The thing is that I hope I'm wrong. And you know what? There's always things that defy the odds. I've seen people act like Cam and usually not good results in the future. But I'm hoping that I'm wrong and he gets it together. One thing I want to say about him is he did not play well. Some people are going to look and say, well, he threw for 314 yards. This is the new NFL. Anybody can throw for 300 yards. It's not a big deal. He completed 50% of his passes. That's it. And he threw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Didn't run any either. So he did not play well. He's still not playing well enough. But I will say this about Cam, and this is a misconception that I hear in the media. A lot of people are sticking up for him, and it's because last year they jumped on his bandwagon, and now they look stupid. Middle Class Matt has always thought Cam was not a great quarterback. Didn't like the draft pick. Literally said on draft night, on don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, this pick could set the Panthers back 5 to 10 years. So, I'm not going to harp on that, but what I will say is that people say Cam doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have any help. That's a lie. First of all, before Khalil went down as a center, he had one of the best offensive line in the NFL. Khalil is one of the best centers, if not the best center in the NFL, and Grossman is an all-pro. Gross is an all-pro left tackle. On top of that, he has Steve Smith. One of the best receivers in the NFL. Everybody says that. He has LaFell, who's playing better. He has Greg Olsen to throw the ball to. He has 3 great backs in the back. 3 really good ones. 2 of them have had 1,000 yards. And Tolbert was a great addition. He has the weapons. He just doesn't understand the position. The things I saw last year are really being exposed. People have film on him now. And also, he's being asked to do a lot more. He ran a limited offense last year. And this year, he's having to do a lot. Said I wouldn't harp on Cam, so I want to finish up with saying one last thing. I want to say one last thing about some things I see about him that I saw last year, and I knew were going to come back and plague him. He takes too long to make decisions. That means he doesn't know the plays. That means he doesn't know the coverages. It means he can't look at film and then apply that to the field. That being able to have knowledge and apply it, that is high intelligence. And so that's what he struggles with. He can't see it. So he stares down his receivers. He takes too long to make decisions. He sits in the pocket too long. And then his footwork's bad too. So he has some things to work on. So anyway, the Panthers have a great defense. They need to get the quarterback position figured out. And then really the sky's the limit. Even though they only have 1 win, I think they could win, 4 or 5 games the rest of the season with the way they're playing. I picked them to be 8-8, 9-7, depending on what prediction you look at. Looks like they're not going to be even that good. So the people that were picking them to go to the Super Bowl and the people that are picking them to make the playoffs, you don't look very smart right now. This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com. Check out all my football videos, and I'll see you next time.